Oh hi! Thanks for tuning in. It's Season 2. I hope you enjoyed Season 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, click subscribe and the alert bell so you can see all the new videos as they are published. And slap that like button like you would a bear butt when he's doing a shameless tail flap. I hope you are all staying safe. We are seeing 4,000 people die a day from the coronavirus, a national record. That vaccine can't get into our arms quick enough. So please, mask up, social distance, and keep safe. Wow, it feels like 2020 was just taking its bows as the worst year ever. Then 2021 comes and tells 2022 to hold its beer. Will it top 2020 or will it go against 2022? We'll find out, I guess. The first week of the new year has already been historic. The biggest event, and unfortunately for Trump, the worst and most important event of his time in the Oval Office, is the mob that stormed the Capitol building on Wednesday. No matter how it's spun by a politician, media outlet, opinion columnist, or a social media blogger, the rest of the world saw this as an attack on democracy. And worst yet, our enemies saw it as an opportunity to show their people that the democratic process doesn't work. How do I know? Oh, I'll show you. Look, they are publicly tweeting about it. Something Donald Trump can no longer do. That's right, Twitter finally bans Trump. They aren't the only one, and trust me, these platforms have to do this, or they face a grilling from angry senators who don't understand why hate speech and lies are getting censored. Oh, and don't go to Parler to catch up on Trump's latest and greatest hits just yet. Parler was removed from the Google Play Store, and Apple gave them 24 hours to meet their App Store guidelines, which they complained about instead of doing, so they are gone from there as well. Parler claims they are being targeted, but imagine if Section 230 was taken down as Trump wanted. They'd have to start cleaning house anyway. We'll see what they do. Tuesday, we saw Trump tweet that the vice president had the power to reject fraudulently chosen electors. That has been debunked. The VP does not have that power. Congress can, but not the vice president. Wednesday started out like any other electoral vote count day, with the twist that this election had objections that met requirements for debates, which has only happened twice since 1887. The Electoral Count Act of 1887 lets a member of Congress object to the votes of the Electoral College. If the objection is signed off and agreed upon by at least one member of the House and one member of the Senate, the objection is debated on by both chambers and the vote is delayed. They get 2 hours to debate and vote per objection, and it will only succeed if both chambers of Congress agree. For now, since we have a Republican-controlled Senate versus a Democrat-controlled House, the objections would never pass if the votes happen along party lines. So this is being done mostly for show. The grandstanders are the ones that want to run for president in the future and are trying to get some viral moments in. However, the GOP tried to do this with a Senate that they control, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, to his credit, has defended the votes of the people for decades, including defending the Electoral College. He had a blistering speech for his party senators. Here's a clip.
And I will not pretend such a vote would be a harmless protest gesture while relying on others to do the right thing. I will vote to respect the people's decision and defend our system of government as we know it.
Here's a timeline of events as the day went on. From starting out as a march like Trump told them to do, to a mob of Trump supporters breaching the steps of the Capitol less than an hour after his speech to them ended. There's even a bit of a fight on the House floor between reps 13 hours later. In the end, Biden's victory is certified. How did this all happen though? Last year I reported how the police, National Guard, and even the Secret Service did everything from shoving with shields and beating with batons to proposing heat rays to cause pain to disperse Black Lives Matter peaceful protesters, and even news reporters for a Bible photo op. So how did white nationalist Trump supporters get to take over the Capitol, pose with police, and sit in the spot reserved for the vice president? They made the Capitol look like it does in those bad government takeover movies. Initially, it looks like the Capitol Police turned down national and federal police support because they figured they couldn't handle the crowd. What was so different about this crowd that they thought they could handle them? Could it be race? Of course it was. It was a white crowd, and it seems the police assumed that they would be easier to deal with than peaceful protesters that were minorities. Pictures say 1,000 words, really. The country still has a long way to go with race relations. People are people. This was Trump telling his supporters to take the election by force and help the weaker members of his party who wouldn't overturn the election for him. Trump and the GOP reps and senators that supported his hateful rhetoric, and even his lawyer, Rudy, who proposed trial by combat for the election, are to blame for what happened. Now they are trying to blame a fake organization, Antifa, which is not a group but a movement, and a short version of the phrase anti-fascist. We know it was Trump supporters because they tell us it was them with the way they organized the event. History won't forget this moment or the GOP lawmakers who encouraged this behavior. Trump and his followers have condemned this president to forever be remembered as the president who tried to take down our democracy because he was a sore loser. Hope it was worth it. Where a trumpet plays, a strumpet will lay, by Azu Gabu. Finally, we have an answer that I've been looking for since a viral video of a conclusion of an incident on December 26th. Not one where we wait for a T-Rex tyrant to leave office, but where the incident of a random Karen had decided that a black teenager stole her phone and proceeded to cause a scene in a New York City hotel, causing a major disturbance in the hotel and even her attacking the teen and his father who happened to be recording the incident. Feeling sick to my stomach that this woman just went on their merry way, the hotel detained the accused and his father while allowing Karen to just leave the scene. This double standard is unacceptable, and the hotel should also get in trouble for the incapability of handling the situation. In the article on NBC News' website, police arrest Maya Poncedo after she falsely accused black teen of stealing her phone, January 8th of 2021, which concludes what was and is a hate crime against famous African-American trumpeters, Kean Harold's teenage son. It breaks my heart that this type of bigotry stands, and at first the NYC police investigating was not going to charge the woman with a hate crime and had no information on the woman. Now, we need to talk, America. Something realer than real. It's called truth, not some fake news. When matters like these are second thoughts of the places where they happen, and even by the police that serve as law and order. And in both cases, the hotel and police acted not in the best interest of what happened, but to protect their invested interest. We need to have a conversation. We all need to get uncomfortable and sit across the table. Cops to neighborhood, cops to affected families, because if this would have been the other way around, the teen that accused a white woman of stealing their phone would have been tackled by hotel security and sent to jail, or even worse, the police may have used extremist measures entertaining the victim and not the proposed perpetrator. We just started 2021, and since this happened in 2020 to begin with, we will let it slide and stay in 2020. Mio Poncedo's age 21 is now being charged with charges unknown, and to me that is crazier than 10 Karens at a town hall meeting, excluding this one. There is a petition to New York City defense attorney of over 100,000 petitioners that want this charge as a hate crime and to add additional charges of battery and assault. The DA's office of New York City has yet to respond, and this response in my eyes is one of knee to a neck too long. My heart goes out to the teenage child of Harold Jr., who has to wait for justice to be served and will live with the trauma of the incident for years to come. He said, quote, "All I want to know is why. Why someone would do this and why me. I want her to apologize and see where her head was at. Why? Why me?" End quote. Harold Jr., I wish I can give you all the answers, but I cannot. All I can do is hope that you will find out someday, and that others that were done wrong can find the strength in the way you approached yourself in the situation and did the right thing. It's not your fault, but a broken system of bigotry and hate that will end someday in 2021. Let's get into the news. Happy New Year! Welcome to Barely a Bar's Woke52 Season 2 Week 1. I'm your host, HilaHila. We had a contest last week from our live show and on Twitter. The winner is Ratchet Owo. Here's the clip they submitted. Thanks, Ratchet Owo. We'll be in touch with the prize, an Amazon gift card for $20. Now on to the news blast. Joe Biden's win has officially been certified by Congress, and his inauguration will be on January 20th. Trump tried everything from calling the Georgia Secretary of State to find him enough votes to overturn Georgia's election, to even encourage a mob to show strength and take back the country. That mob of white nationalist Trump supporters and far right-wing protesters stormed their way into the Capitol, causing chaos, and resulted in at least 5 deaths, including one of a Capital City police officer. GOP lawmakers that joined Trump in spreading misinformation that led up to the Capitol riot are facing calls to resign as they try to distance themselves from Trump. The U.S. faces a national security cybersecurity fallout from the riot as confidential laptops and files are missing. Georgia's Senate race has been called for the Democrats. They will control both the House and the Senate, giving Biden a chance at an ambitious first term. Studies show COVID-19 is mostly transmissible in the air and decays on surfaces quicker than scientists assumed early last year. Trump is banned from social media platforms. Leaders around the world react to chaos from the US Capitol this week. Boom, 52 seconds. Now, 52 seconds is not a lot of time to catch up on all the news happening. So here is one of our contributors in our segments, 59 Seconds with Sky Bear.
Happy New Year, guys! What am I saying? Yeah, we totally missed that opportunity. Saw on Wednesday, seems like the only blue lives that actually mattered was Georgia actually going full blue. Okay, so to be fully messy, I'm going to be fully messy. Schwarzenegger accidentally called his son-in-law Chris Pratt Chris Evans. Even the Terminator knows the best Chris. Next one is a real bummer, so get ready. Rod in the Den died from COVID, and you might not know him, but he was a guy who had an opportunity to cosplay as one great villain from a South Park episode of World of Warcraft, and just want to send my condolences to his family. Oh wait, one more thing, it's game related. Monster Hunter Rise demo is out and is only available until the 31st of January before it comes out on March the 26th. And also, yes, you can pet the dog in that game, so go try it out for free.
Thanks, Sky Bear. Thank you for watching. If you like these news blasts, feel free to share Bear with your friends. You can also like, comment, subscribe, and click the notifications alert bell to stay woke 52 times a year in 52 seconds of news. Want more news with your favorite news bear? Feel free to stay to the end to watch some clips or images with me. Bye for now.